Most men don't realize they're losing their power every single morning before they even brush their teeth. There is a battle taking place inside every man, a war that begins before the sun rises and follows him long after the world has gone quiet. This is not a battle you fight with your fists, your strength, or even your intellect. It is a silent war that takes place in the shadows of your mind and heart, where no one else can see, no one else can intervene, and yet its effects touch every part of your life. If you stay with me until the end, you will understand exactly what this battle is, why it has been controlling you, and how the men who overcome it transform themselves into something unstoppable. If you're listening, by the time this message is over, you will know how to reclaim the strength that seems to vanish overnight, how to rebuild the discipline you feel slipping through your fingers, and how to walk through life with a clarity and confidence that commands respect from others, and most importantly, from yourself. What you learn here will stick with you far longer than motivation ever could. It will stay with you because it touches the very core of who you are. Every man walks through life with a calm exterior, but a storm raging within. You carry burdens no one talks about, the pressure to provide, to perform, to protect, to lead, and to remain composed even when the world seems to be collapsing around you. There are nights when you lie awake staring at the ceiling, wondering why you feel so heavy, why your energy is gone, why your mind is foggy, why your ambitions feel distant, why your discipline collapses at the first sign of temptation. You hide it because men are taught to hide their weakness, to swallow their pain, and to present an image of control that is often an illusion. And yet behind every strong man is a private war, fought in silence, and often unnoticed until it shapes the very trajectory of his life. The enemy you face is rarely external. It is not your boss, your colleagues, the economy, or even your family. The real enemy is within. It is the small, persistent voice that whispers, "You're not enough. You're failing. You're too late. You'll never change." It is subtle, insidious, and relentless. It attacks when you are tired, when you are alone, when your guard is down, when your defenses are at their lowest. And yet there is a hidden truth that most men never grasp. This voice, this internal struggle, exists not to destroy you, but to illuminate the areas of your life that require mastery. It is the raw material from which the strongest men are forged. History is filled with men who faced this exact silent war and triumphed. David didn't defeat Goliath simply because he had a stone and a sling. He defeated fear, doubt, and the voice that told him he was too small to accomplish the impossible. Samson didn't fall merely because of external enemies. He fell because he allowed his inner temptations to dominate his choices. Every hero, every leader, every man who changed the course of his life first had to conquer the invisible battlefield within. The same principle applies to your life. Your greatest victories, your most transformative moments, will never be found in external accolades, wealth, or recognition. They will be found in the battles you fight and win when no one is watching. There comes a moment in every man's life when he realizes no one is coming to save him. Not friends, not family, not society. That realization hits with a force that can either break a man or awaken him. The strongest men use this moment to stop waiting for external solutions. They accept responsibility for their lives, their choices, and their growth. The silent war becomes their training ground, their proving ground, and eventually their launch pad. Men who refuse to face themselves remain trapped in the same cycles of frustration, distraction, and weakness. Men who confront themselves rise. They rise not because life was easy, but because they learned to endure, to adapt, and to master the chaos inside. The transformation begins with awareness. It begins the moment you observe your impulses instead of acting on them. It begins when you recognize the patterns that have controlled you for years. The late-night distractions, the cravings, the moments of weakness, and decide to reclaim them. Discipline is built in these small moments of confrontation. Masculinity is rebuilt when you hold yourself to a higher standard than the world demands. Spiritual growth occurs when you surrender your ego and align yourself with a higher purpose. Mental strength emerges when you choose discomfort over instant gratification. Physical strength grows when you show up for yourself, even when your body protests. Every day presents tests, and every test strengthens the man who refuses to back down. As you commit to this path, you will notice subtle but profound changes. Your urges no longer dominate you. Your mind clears. Your decisions sharpen. Your body responds. Your movements, your speech, your presence all become more intentional. Grounded, unshakable. The man you were begins to fade, replaced by a man who is disciplined, resilient, and aligned with his highest potential. Then comes another lesson, one most men avoid. Forgiveness. Most men punish themselves for mistakes that happened years ago, carrying guilt as if it were a permanent shackle. But you cannot rise while dragging the weight of the past. Forgiving yourself doesn't make you weak. It liberates your energy, allowing it to flow into growth and mastery. Solitude, too, is a teacher, not the painful isolation that breaks men, but the empowering solitude that sharpens, clarifies, and restores. A man who learns to be comfortable alone discovers a power few ever experience. In those silent moments, you meet the truest version of yourself. He is stronger than you realized. He is capable of things you have only dreamed of. And from this solitude emerges quiet resilience, the kind that does not need applause, recognition, or validation. The kind that is built from showing up day after day, from choosing what is right over what is easy, from pushing through when no one notices. This resilience becomes your armor, your shield against the chaos of the world, your internal fortress. And here is the ultimate revelation. The moment you stop chasing fleeting pleasure, the moment you stop letting biology and habit dictate your choices, you unlock a power that most men never tap into. That is the moment you reclaim the energy that has been leaking from your life every morning. That is the moment you finally understand the battlefield, the rules, and the weapons you were always meant to wield. You realize that the silent war was never designed to defeat you. It was designed to reveal you, to push you toward the man you were always meant to become. The blueprint is simple, yet profound. Face your impulses, observe them, and do not run. Build small, consistent habits that reinforce strength, discipline, and clarity. Eliminate distractions and temptations that drain your energy. Align yourself with a purpose greater than comfort. Show up physically, mentally, and spiritually every day. Forgive yourself for past mistakes and use solitude to sharpen your mind and spirit. Build quiet resilience through repetition, patience, and consistency. Over time, the man who was once reactive becomes proactive. The weak man becomes strong. The distracted mind becomes focused. The lost soul becomes aligned. Now, when you look at the battle you face every morning, you see it differently. You understand why discipline collapses, why urges dominate, why fear and doubt cloud your mind. And you also understand how to fight it, how to win it, and how to emerge as a man who is unshakable, unstoppable, and aligned with his highest purpose. The silent war is no longer something to fear. It is a proving ground, a teacher, a guide, and ultimately, a source of your greatest strength. If you are a man who refuses to stay weak, who is determined to rise above his past, who is willing to face the uncomfortable truths about himself, then this is your place. This is where growth begins, where transformation happens, and where victory is forged. You are not alone in this war. You are not powerless. And together we rise. If you made it until here, leave a crown emoji in the comments. I want to see how many of you made it to the end and finished what you started. To everyone who supports my channel, thank you so much. I'm forever grateful. And if you're new here, thank you as well. Remember, live with honor or die a coward. Take care, brother.